Now, this is quite unfortunate, but Glenn Beck called in a little earlier to the program, and he said he had a message for you guys on Van Jones, mainly towards Barack Obama, but he wanted you guys to hear it as well. And this is what he said about Van Jones.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
And they did. This time, we didn't get him, they got him. Van Jones was the green job czar for Barack Obama, and he was involved in a number of so-called controversies because they were created by Glenn Beck. We will give you the history of how they were created in just a second. First, they found out that he had once referred to himself when he was younger as a communist. Later, of course, he said that he was not, and that he had grown out of that was some experimentation when he was younger, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, if you've ever called yourself anything, sad day for you, that's going to come back to haunt you later, okay? Then number two, they found a tape of him calling Republicans assholes. Oh my God. Now, when Dick Cheney told Pat Leahy, quote, fuck off, that did not cause anyone to call for his resignation. Pat Leahy is a sitting senator. It's not like he said the F word in relationship to Democrats generally. No, he told a specific senator that. I don't remember Glenn Beck or anyone else saying that George Bush should fire Dick Cheney for that. But of course, they said Van Jones should be fired over once using a curse word. By the way, while he was not in government, Cheney was the vice president at the time. Van Jones had not joined the Obama administration at all when he said that. So if you've ever cursed any time in your life, apparently you're not allowed to be in government. That's a fascinating new rule. And then third of all, after enough digging, they found out that he signed a petition which he thought was to ask more questions about 9/11, but apparently was to say the questions are about whether the George Bush administration in some way implicitly allowed 9/11 to happen. Now, do I think he should have signed that? No, I don't. Okay? And now he says he doesn't believe it now and never believed it, and that apparently he signed it thinking, hey, more questions should be asked. You know what? Let's say Van Jones is dead wrong on that. Let's give him that. So that's why his job, completely unrelated to green job czar, to asking questions about 9/11, he's got to go from government. Now look, if you dig enough on anyone, you will find some dirt, okay? And if you repeat it over and over and over on Fox News and the conservative radio or wherever it might go, well, then it's going to sound like it was terrible, and that's what Van Jones' life is all about. When in fact, of course, Van Jones has, fought for creating more jobs in America through our capitalist system, and by taking, the inner city and providing them jobs through a new movement of turning our economy to a more environmental friendly economy. These are all things that Obama is, of course, wants to do, and the preeminent expert on that is Van Jones. But since he made some mistakes in his past, he has to go. Now, would I have fired Van Jones myself? Now, you know how I roll. Of course I wouldn't have, right? But if I was the president and you care a hell of a lot about politics, and you say, hey, you know what, I can't, the 9/11 thing's really bad, I can't have it, right? Okay, I wouldn't jump down Obama's throat for firing Van Jones at some point. I think it's a bad idea. I wouldn't do it, but I'm not going to go ballistic over it. But here's what I am going to go ballistic over. Firing him now. Why? Because you just told Glenn Beck and Fox News and every conservative dingbat talk show host and blogger in the country, come after all of my appointments. Find whatever you can on them, however old, however irrelevant, however denounced later in life, okay? If they shoplifted when they were 17, if they said the wrong word to somebody when they were 23, I don't give a damn. Go find all that you can and try to take down every single one of my appointments, because I, Barack Obama, will buckle. Now that is a terrible message to send. After Beck pounces on him over and over and says, you have to fire him, you say, yes, sir. Van Jones has to go, sir. man, have you encouraged them. You have motivated them. You have empowered them. And if you were going to fire Van Jones at any point, you could not have picked a worse time. And on top of that, just to add a little extra insult to injury, it was over Labor Day weekend. There were guys trying to create jobs. That's one of his things. And they're like, hey, you got to go. Now, of course, they didn't technically fire him. Van Jones resigned. He said that if I have offended anyone with statements I have made in the past, I apologize. On the petitions on 9/11, he said, it certainly does not reflect my views now or ever, but I do not want to distract from the important work that the Obama administration is doing. That's always the code words. So I'm going to leave now. Now, I remember someone predicting this. Who thought that maybe he was going to get sacked? Could it have been Cenk Uygur? Okay, I gave him an over-under of 2 weeks. And I believe I said that on September 1st, and he resigned, what, on September 6th, I believe? So maybe I was a little generous on the over-under, and you should have gone under.